remember that swordsman free-for-all? Remember how predictable it was that Super Saiyan Rage Trunks from Dragon Ball Super was going to win? Well, the best way to compromise for that predictability would be to answer the following question: who came in second place? And that's what we're going to answer today. Well, at least half answer today. The second place rank held 4 characters: Zero, Meta Knight, Cloud, and Crono. Thanks to Cartoon Fight Club, or no thanks to Cartoon Fight Club, we already know who wins between Zero and Meta Knight. So I thought it'd be a cool idea to have the second place award be broken down bracket styled. This way we could break down each character in solo episode fashion instead of stifling everyone into one jam-packed free-for-all. We've already answered Zero versus Meta Knight, so to find out who gets to fight Zero, let's find out who wins this episode of Rewind Rumble. Meet Cloud and Crono. Again. Crono was once a small-town boy from the city of Truce. He grew up roughly 1,000 years ago in the year 983 AD. Crono, of course, has a friend who loves to invent things, and guess what she invents? A time machine. I'm pretty sure you know where this is going. This time machine is referred to as a telepod. Their first test run teleported Crono harmlessly from one telepod to another. However, the second test run had a very different outcome. And by different, I mean it had the cliche time travel story outcome. Reacting to Crono's girlfriend's pendant, it opened a gate that sent her to the Middle Ages. And like every time travel story ever, Crono and his friends have to travel through time to save his love interest and stop the butterfly effect from destroying the future. As for Cloud's Strife, well, Cloud started off wishing to be a member of the Shinra Electric Power Company. Now before you write his dreams off as some boring electrician who fixes ceiling fans, this power company had a private military branch. Weaponized trade services is probably the first sign that you live in a dystopian future, but that's a different topic for a different day. Anyway, this branch was known as Soldier, and Cloud saw as the best way to foil the likes of Sephiroth. Actually, maybe he only cared about impressing Tifa, but then again, who could blame him for wanting to do that? But to the plot service of staying interesting, Cloud was cut short and he never made it into the official service, at least not yet. Instead, the Shinra Corporation turned him into a lab rat, and Cloud had been subjected to Mako poisoning. This gave Cloud the memories of his late friend Zack Fair. With these memories, Cloud now had the skills and tools to become the warrior he always dreamed of being. But what are these skills and tools? Well, let's go into them. But first, let's cut our boy Cloud short yet again and discuss Crono. Starting with Crono, let's talk about the stupid things that no one cares about, like Crono's katanas. They're his main weapon, quote unquote, but that's nothing compared to his Dream Seeker. The Dream Seeker is his strongest weapon. It has an extremely high base critical hit ratio of 90%. He also has an assortment of equipment such as the Shiva Edge, Rainbow Sword, Haste Helm, Vigil Hat, Moon Armor, Green Dream, and Silver Stud. You probably don't care what these things do, but I'm going to tell you what they do anyway because I need to extend the length of this video to at least 10 minutes. So here we go. The Shiva Edge and Rainbow Sword are, you guessed it, swords. The Shiva Edge has an attack power of 170 and a 7% chance of critical blows, where the Rainbow Sword has an attack power of 220 with a 70% critical hit rate. The Haste Helm and Vigil Hat are war helmets, and they do exactly what you think they do. You put it on your head to protect yourself from headshots. The Green Dream is an auto raise, and the Moon Armor is armor, but it's not made out of moon rocks, it's just called the Moon Armor. And then there's the Silver Stud, which is a special stud that helps Crono reduce his magical consumption by 50%. Okay, we're done with that, back to Cloud. Cloud's primary weapon is the Buster Sword. This was Zack's old weapon that got passed down to Cloud after Cloud gained Zack's memories. Cloud also has an array of limit abilities, limits, limit breaks, or limit techniques. They're kind of all the same thing, they're skill sets unique to each party member. Some of Cloud's limits include the Braver, Cross Slash, Blade Beam, Finishing Touch, Omni Slash, Meteor Rain, and Cherry Blossom Slash. A lot of these are self-explanatory fancy sword combos or sword slash attacks. Cloud also has access to magic techniques like Break, Death, Haste, Slow, Toad, and Ultima. These allow Cloud to slow down time, speed up time, petrify opponents, transmuting targets into a common Toad, or with Ultimate he can unleash a burst of energy that deals massive non-elemental damage. So yeah, that's kinda cool, but Crono possesses a variety of techs, which include offensive and support techs. He can cast Raise on his allies to revive them, and for offensive techs he can inflict both physical damage and magical damage, and his higher level magic techs attacks hit all enemies no matter where they are. So I spent the last few minutes upplaying these guys and talking about why they're so great and amazing, but I have to remind you that they're not perfect and they do have flaws. As for weaknesses, Crono lacks solo battle experience. Almost every fight he's ever fought, especially important boss battles, were team battles. Crono is also very weak to water and ice-based attacks. He's kinda like a fire Pokemon, and he's also weak to shadow attacks. Cloud isn't a perfect warrior either. He could be very stubborn in what types of attacks he should use and needs to be pushed to the limit before he uses his limit breaks. He's always trying to prove he's good enough and is always trying to impress others around him. His insecurity could easily be manipulated, like when Sephiroth toys with him and plays with his emotions during their battles. And now, it's time we set ourselves a circumstance. Actually, it's the same exact circumstance as the Swordsman free-for-all. The more important thing to know is, remember Smackaderp, right? That great guy who made tons of great animations like Sans vs. Mario, Shantae vs. Shovel Knight, and Mario vs. Rayman? Well, YouTube deleted his channel for no good reason. So please, to support our main man Smackaderp, go to his new channel, Chef Boy Armani. I'm telling you this because he animated this episode, and he really needs your support as YouTube destroyed his old channel. Once you did that, it's time to Rewind Rumble!
Ready? Rumble!
As I said before the fight, make sure you are subscribed to Smackaderp's new channel, Chef Boy Armani, as YouTube unfairly deleted his old one. I'm telling you this because Chef Boy Armani animated this episode. I'd also like to thank VV Ornitaire for providing many Chrono Trigger calculations for this very post-analysis. Thanks, and enjoy the post-analysis. The winner is Cloud Strife. This one is initially a lot closer than expected. Statistically, both characters are almost dead even except when it comes to durability and attack potency. They both have FTL reaction speeds, as Cloud can react to Sephiroth and Crono can scale to Frog. Both characters can dodge light-based attacks. As for travel speed, they both are massively hypersonic. Take for example Frog's beam and the Epoch ship, which Crono through scaling should be faster than both. Frog's beam crossed the distance of an entire island in 1/15 of a second, making it roughly Mach 100,000, and the ship circled Earth in roughly 3 seconds. Cloud's best travel speed feats come from scaling off of Bahamut Fury. Bahamut Fury is far inferior to Sephiroth, let alone Cloud, and he was fast enough to travel the distance from a rogue planet to Earth in 11 seconds. As for attack potency, Crono can scale to Queen Zeal, who can output 6.37 Yatatons, which is roughly equal to about 375 planet Earths, or large planet level busting capabilities. This is roughly 1/4 the size of Jupiter. Queen Zeal is capable of busting the Mountain of Woe, which is not a normal mountain. This is a magical floating mountain, and this mountain is calculated to have a radius roughly 1.5 million miles. To put that into perspective, Earth only has a radius of roughly 4,000 miles. So Crono scales to having large planet class attack potency, which is great, but Cloud can scale to Sephiroth's supernova, which can swallow the entire solar system. I could crunch the numbers for you, but you don't need numbers to understand that scaling to a solar system is far greater than scaling to one planet. Durability is essentially the same thing. You can argue that Crono can survive mages as black holes, but there are plenty of great arguments to suggest that these black holes aren't real solar system level black holes, because if they were, they would be swallowing their entire surroundings, and the planet itself easily been swollen and destroyed, and it wasn't. Skill and experience is arguably split. Crono has much more experience since he learned most of his abilities from scratch, while Cloud had most of his knowledge directly inserted into his brain, but actual skill would have to go to Cloud, since Zack was one trained mofo to learn the masters of preemptive surprise, backside, pincer, turn-based, and break attack formations. That's a lot of stuff, and I've never seen Crono fight a big bad boss all by himself. Sure, Cloud loves his buddies and would prefer to fight for his friends, wait, that's Ike, but at least we've seen Cloud go one-on-one, especially when he wants to or needs to. So overall, the best striking and durability feats for Crono rank Large Planet, while Cloud skyrockets all the way to Solar System, making the winner of this Rumble, Cloud Strife. And if we go back to the bracket, go back to that CFC episode where Zero and Meta Knight fought, the battle for second place would be a fight between Cloud and Zero. And if you want to see that battle, all you have to do is like this video. If this video gets 1,000 likes, we'll have that final second place match round as a rematch thingy. I don't know what to call it because it's really a pre-match. A pre-match, that's what it is. And don't forget to comment down your own ideas. Don't forget to download the free Animation Rewind apps, and stay tuned as the next fighters are going to be revealed on the next episode of Rewind Rumble.
You're burning the wrong bridges.
I want none with Dick Grayson's killer.
It was an accident.